No problem. We'll move on to the next talk. So now we've got Mitrasish from Spheron.
Hey man,
Yeah, how you doing?
good. How are you
Good to
doing?
see you.
Yeah, I'm a bit early, I guess.
No, it's not a problem. The way we've got this set up is it's kind of like a sort of a running thing that we're kind of running sort of one presentation into another kind of as we go along. So, but yeah, if you want to share your screen along the bottom, you'll see a series of buttons there, and it's about the fifth one along. There's a picture of a screen there, and if you do that, that'll bring your screen up. Brilliant.
Is my screen visible, by the way? Okay,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
I
We
think
can
it is.
see it now. That's great. So yeah, great. Over to you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me here. I'm Mitra, co-founder and CTO of Spheron. So I'll be demonstrating how you can use or you can scale your dApp using Spheron by utilizing like the storage SDKs, our website hosting tool, and also the compute that is that we have to actually deploy your servers on our decentralized compute. So yeah, I think we can also like for that I'll be like showcasing a NFT minted app. So that what I have built before coming to this session, just to showcase like all of these features and tooling. And you can like go. I'll be going through one by one to showcase like how you can use each one of them on live. So for that, it's just showcase. This is what we have. I'll not be doing any coding here, but I'll be showcasing all of the codes that is important for you to understand and how you can like use that for your own dApps as well. So this is a quick NFT minter where you can pass on your image and upload it to Filecoin, and then pass on the name, description, and then mint it on FVM, which is a EVM compatible chain for Filecoin. And yeah, you can use it and see it in the Firefox Explorer as well. So yeah, let's get into the code. Let's first dive in. Like there's a couple of steps. Before I even go into the code, let me go showcase like the docs here, where you can check out like we have like two type of SDKs. One is for Node.js, Node.js version environment, and another is for the browser one. So I'll be showing you the browser one where you can directly upload from your front end app only, and you can do it on the uh, on your Node.js or any server app as well with this SDK. Um, the browser SDK has a couple of steps that you have to follow, which requires you to have a server that will create a temporary token with our Spheron token. I'll show you how you can actually create a Spheron token as well. And you can use that token to create a temporary token that you will send to the front end to get the upload started. And why we did that is basically to give you flexibility to upload the data directly from the front end without exposing your tokens, as well as you can it also have like all the multi-chunking and parallel uploads to make sure that your data are getting faster, like the uploads are getting faster. So for that, I'll show you like a small Express.js app. This is just one
Can
click
you,
and point.
Mitra?
Yeah.
Can you zoom in some more on the text here because it's very small. You can enlarge.
Is it visible now?
Maybe
One
another
more.
one or two more. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think that's better.
I
Thank you. Yeah, that's
think
great.
that's better. Yeah,
Yep,
cool.
that's great. Thank you.
Uh, cool. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, as I was saying, we have like a small Express app, like a server with a single endpoint, which will take like a bucket name, like with whatever you send from your front end as a bucket name, will take that, and then it will take that as a bucket name, and you can like pass on this protocol. I am using IPFS, but I can pass on Filecoin here as well. So once I switch to Filecoin, it will just use Filecoin as a base and upload it directly to that, and also back create another instance on the IPFS side as well for faster retrieval. So we have this client which creates using the token. This token is I have it in my environment variable. Uh, as you can see, we have an environment variable here, which will provide me the Spheron token. And whenever you deploy this to any server, you can actually directly pass on using your environment variables. Once you create this client with the token, and yeah, before even I get into this, let me show you how you can actually create a token. Uh, that would be useful for you to get started. Yeah, let me go here. So to create your first that token, you have to come to your dashboard. That is the Spheron dashboard, and in the dashboard you have this user setting, and there is this token tab. Token tab. In this tab, you have this create token where you can pass on like the name of the token. Let's say FVM test, and then select web app type. The scope can be any of your organization. So I'll select this, and the last is the expiration. So the scope is the whichever you organization select will be the scope, and whenever you upload anything, it will be added as a usage in yours in that organization as well. So once it is done, you can click on create, and it will give you this token, which will be shown to you for the first time. And once you copy it and uh, click on OK, it will be like you can't see it again. So it is you have to save it somewhere in your local to make sure that it doesn't get forgotten or something. But you can delete them if you want to. So that's one thing. Once it is done, let's get back to the code. Again, we have the token now. Next thing is to create this upload token, which is like a temporary token for your front end. And we create it using this specific function, create single upload token, where we pass like the name and the protocol, and it will create a specific token for you, which you can send by the response. And once it is there on your front end, so I'll show you here. Let me showcase where it is here. This is the function where we are minting it. So we check, we make a call, the first call to the server, and then we get this JSON, and then we get the JSON, the upload token from here, and then cause this upload function. And this upload function requires it is here, like this is the browser upload package. You import it directly from here. Once you pass on these files, it takes array of files and also the token to get the upload started. And once the upload is done, you will get a uh, series of responses with upload IDs, and also let the link, IPFS link, the dynamic links, and the deal details as well. Once the deal is done. And once this is, so for the NFT, what we are doing is we are uploading the asset first. That is the files here, which you will see this thing. So once you click on this, you upload a file, and this get uploaded. And using this link, we create a metadata out of it. So we create this metadata as a JSON, and then we upload this again uh, to our server for the start of this upload. And once we get this, we have this JSON. Now we actually start the contract, right? Which is actually happening on FVM. And I'm kind of using this WAGMI SH. It's a pretty good tool to interact with the contract. So I'm using that here to start the write and mint the NFT. So that's the simple way. I'll do a quick demo here, and let's test it. Okay. And let's give it some description. Let's open the console tab, or you can see the network as well. By the way, is this visible? I think it is, right? So when I click on Mint, the first call goes through, and I think it is not visible correctly here. So this is the first call that we send to the API once it, okay, yeah, I got this. I'll get back to that. So once this is done and you get the response with the upload token, we then start with the multi-chunk upload. So the upload is done, it's finished, and it gives me all this details like the site preview and all this IDs. Once it is done, we upload this thing, our metadata, and when it is done, I got this thing, and we are going to start with this thing. Confirm. So with this, I think we'll be getting this. It is happening on calibration net though, like since we know the hyperspace is going to be sunsetted pretty soon, we try to deploy calibration net, and it's working pretty nicely. So we'll wait for it to done, and in the meantime, I'll show you the next thing. That is how you can deploy your server as well as the front end on Spheron. So first, let's do deployment of our server. For that, let me go to this. Okay. So for you to deploy your server, you need one thing, that is a Docker file. So this is a standard Docker file that I copied from ChatGPT and added it here. And after that, you can just create a build. I think let me do. Yeah. So I created this build, which will be this one, the 1.1.2. Once I create this build, it will take this, and then I'll do Docker push to my Docker Hub. So let me open the Docker Hub here. So it's a public image, and we have like all the tags here. So I'll upload this one. And once it is pushed to the Docker Hub, we'll start the deployment. So to start with deployment, let me start from here. So we'll start with a new cluster. We'll select Docker Hub, and then I'll name it again NFT Mentor demo. Next is I need to pass the image, which is this one. Let's copy this, paste it, and the tag is 1.1.2. Once I click on next, I'll be asked to like select which RAM and which storage you want to choose, and I'll choose this one, a small instance. Next, I have to pass on this port policy, which I'll be selecting a random port. So this port will be assigned a random port which you can hit to access this server as well. So for environment variable, it will copy paste my environment. If it's not visible, let me even make it bigger. Next is value, make it a secret so that it's not gonna be exposed, and it's just deploy. So once I click on this deploy, it will start the deployment process for us, and it will be deployed, and like the links will be given to us. So in this, in the meantime, we can start our deployment for the website, like the front end. So let that also get started. So I have this NFT Mentor demo. This is my GitHub, and this GitHub is also public. So I'll share it on the chat. And yeah, I'll select Filecoin. So I'll be deploying this app on Filecoin. Deselecting the React app. The root directory will be front end since it is a monorepo. So we need to be deploying this specific thing. So I'll select front end as a root directory. Next is this is already pre-filled. This we need to fill. That is our env here, which is the API URL. And the Node.js version is this. So once it is done, I think we are done. So I'll start the deployment here. In the meantime, I'll show you our deployment on the server side is done as well. So we have our deployment here. Let me fetch some logs. Let's fetch some log and also let's do this. Yeah, domain. I think somehow I missed this step, which is required for uploading this. So let me do this. Build 3. And push 3. So as it is happening, let me deploy this third version. I select this one, micro 1.1.3, 8.1, random environment variable. So just to again show you what's happening is since I'm on a this Mac environment, I need to make sure my Docker default platform is actually on Linux because uh, most of the providers systems are on Linux and it will not actually take on ARM configuration. So that's going to give us errors. So let me just quickly add this tokens here. And make it a separate. Okay. Let it get deployed, and in the meantime, let me remove this domain. So we'll be attaching a domain on top of this deployment, and I'll show you how we are using that domain. So let it get deployed. Okay. So if you see here, we are getting some logs, which is regarding like the beds, the provider, and like all this extra things that require to get it finished. Yeah. So we get this connection URL, which is like the where you can actually hit and use the server, and on top of that, we'll be adding a domain. Just this. So you need to add these values in your DNS configuration before, but I have already done that. So I'll just do verify, and now it is up and running. So this is done. and we have, this is still building. So I'll show you the older version, which we already have, that is this. Okay, so this is deployed on Spheron with our, which is also on Filecoin. So you can see it is on Filecoin. You can access the IPFS link as well. And in this, you can actually make a hit to the API, which is also, I'll show you, which is deployed on. Okay. So I'll click on Mint here. And as you can see, it is making a hit to our demo API record.me, which is this one. This one. So this is now, yeah, so I get this one again. So do this. We have it deployed here. It's getting, the mint is happening. So with this, I think I have shown you all of the, like, from SDK where you can upload to Filecoin IPFS. Then the compute where you can directly deploy your service and then attach your domains or subdomains. And the next thing was your front end deployment. So since you have a front end, we deployed it and we are using that to hit our front end and also interact with FVM to mint the NFT. Yeah, I think if you have any question, you can join our Discord. If you face any issue regarding any kind of like infrastructure or some kind of uptime issue, then ping us. As well as you can check out our docs if you need any kind of guidance regarding the SDK. We have all the function methods written here. So you can check out like the domain, archival, as well as like usage and token. And we also have IPNS as well. So if you want to use IPNS with IPFS, you can use that from our SDK. So we natively support IPNS. Good. I think that's it from my side. If you have any question, happy to answer that as well.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. And yeah, if people have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We can, we've got a few minutes left, so we can either answer them here, or, you know, if you want to ask them later, you can ask them in the Discord channel as well. So yeah, people will be monitoring. There's within the IPFS Discord channel, which we're running the Dataverse Hackathon. You'll see a number of channels there for each of the sponsors as well are in there, and there's a general, I think, like a general kind of mentor, like help channel as well in there. So feel free to ask in there as well. Yeah. Okay. I think that's probably it then. I don't think we've got any questions coming up. So yeah, the link, Carlene's just put the link in the chat for the Discord channel for IPFS and also for Spheron's YouTube channel as well. Is there, and the link to GitHub to this this demo I put in the chat as well there. So okay, cool, right. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And we will, okay, just checking here to see. Oh yeah, and there's a docs chat here, docs link here. Let me just put this in, and then once I've done that, we'll wrap up, and I'll welcome my next guest, Dan, who's just kind of come into the wings here. So 1 second here, let me just grab this link address and put this in. There we go. That's a link to the SDK docs specifically there as well. Brilliant. Okay. So
All
fantastic.
Right.
Thank you very much, Mita, and great to see you and the demo.
Thank
And
you
you
for
know,
having
yeah,
me. Yeah.
no problem. And we're looking forward to seeing what
All right.
people are building. So next
Yep.
up here, let me
Same
just
here.
bring
Bye-bye.
up my
Yep.
my next guest here, and so